gentlemen, I've got another Pin Makers of the World Unite, Pete Restall's pet project, where he organized a bunch of us challenge lock makers to make some pins for these special 7-pin locks that he got. And then he made these really nice looking boxes for them and started sending them around. Today I've got lock number 3. I've already done lock number 10. And Pete put these pins from these challenge lock makers in this lock. So I got Mechanic Dan and Super Llama for chamber 1, Matthew Wilson and Dr. V for chamber 2, chamber 3 is Flying Locksman and Mechanic Dan, chamber 4 is T&J's Lockpicking and Bobby Keys, 5 is Pickbeard and Sanok, 6 is ZBZZN/Boris and West Coast Picks, 7 has Paul Lock and Pick Me 1977. So all in all, should be some pretty awesome stuff inside of this lock. And these boxes are just awesome. I mean, I've said that in my first video of these. Let's go ahead and take a look at the key. There's the bitting on this 7-pin monster, and you can tell that is a pretty decent bitting. Some low ones right in front, and it does work nicely. It is completely locked up, as you can tell. We're going to set that key over there, and since this is a pretty restricted keyway, I think I want to use one of my homemade super thin picks and a 50 thousandths pry bar. Yeah, still a little bit floppy with that pry bar, but should still be good for us. Okay, and this pick here is actually about 13 thousandths, and it fits, it fits in here pretty good. So let's start with 1, nothing, 2, nothing, click from 3, click from 4, click from 5, click from, or a couple clicks from 6, counter rotation on 7, and a click. That was 6 coming back, 5 coming back, nothing on 4, counter rotation on 2, and a click. No, that was 3, sorry. We'll click from 1. Okay, so nothing on 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, little click from 5, trying to feel where my next pin is. I got several binders. None of them's really giving me any feedback. 1 is solid, 2 is solid, 3 is solid, 4 is solid, 5 is solid, 'Now I've just lost every bit of feedback, guys. I'm going to switch with that one. I'm going to go to another pick. It's also 13 thousandths. Okay, I rotated 7 back manually and got a click out of it. Okay, that was a click from 3. And a click from 2. That was pin 6. And after pushing up on pin 6, I'm losing my feeling again. Pin 7's being kind of pain in the butt here. I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick reset. Okay, kind of got all my false sets back. Counter rotational 5. You know, it feels like 7 has dropped back down, guys. So I'm having some serious difficulty getting underneath the 7 there. This is pin 6 giving me a little bit of counter. Okay, I got a little click out of it. Oh, there we go. I just barely pushed up on pin 1 and it popped right open. Something weird with pin 7 back here. It always felt like it was all the way on the floor, but with this bidding, it shouldn't be the case, I wouldn't think. It's kind of confusing me. I was getting a little confused, guys. All right, let's grab my pinning tray. Let's take a look and see what is inside of this bad boy. Oh yeah, I remember how much of a pain in the butt that other clip was to take off. As long as I don't wind up with a little screwdriver in my finger, this should work. There we go, pop that off. Now I can get my clip removal pliers in there. Man, that clip is stiff. There we go. I'm going to turn this a little bit. And we're definitely going to shim it, because I think there's T-pins in here. Okay. And if I remember right, this actually takes my large follower. All right. Definitely all 7 in there needed to be picked. Got some threads in there. Pretty cool stuff. Take these drill protections out and set them over here in the parts tray. Whoa, there's a ball bearing. There we go. We got threads in 1, 2, 4, and 5. And let's go ahead and take a look at the top. That is a tight fit. Holy cow. I was trying to rotate this enough so I can get my shim out, but there we go. Shim was really in there. Alright, pin 1 is indeed a T-pin, but it is a pin and pin T-pin. Pin 2 is a spool. And don't worry, folks, I'll zoom in on all these pins. Ooh, that one popped out. I saw how it came out. And this lock is chock full of T-pins. Let's get the last 3 out from the back. Here we got another T-pin. And we got another T-pin. This one's a pin and pin. Alright, there we go as far as our pins. So let's go ahead and get these arranged a little bit. And we'll zoom in on these and take a good look. There you go, just barely able to get all 7 in frame there. Okay, I've got a serrated spool on one. I've got a nice serrated T-pin. Well, actually, it's not serrated. That's a little wafer there too. Okay, that's cool. I've got a very sharp, deep serrated spool with a serrated spool above it. I've got a kind of a step down spool serrated with a very sharp lip on the top and a T-pin. A reduced diameter key pin here with a, I would call that a serrated double spool with a T-pin element on the bottom. And this is the only one out of all of them that has a different spring. It's got a copper spring. Then I've got a serrated T-pin key pin. Then this one, let's see what we can call this one. Let's call this one a serrated double spool. And the bottom part of the spool is actually smaller. Then we've got a ball bearing and a standard. Here is the collar for the pin and pin T-pin. Go ahead and slide it back in there. Here we go. And we got a very nice little spool and a nice serrated T-pin. Really cool stuff. Pete Restall, thanks again for putting this project together and letting us all get a pick at all the different locks. This is my second one, and I'll be sending this one off to, I believe, somebody specifically asked me for this one. I'll have to go back through my text messages, so I can't remember who that is off the top of my head. All right. Everyone, please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.